Two undisputed champs, one ring, and a serious weight gap in the middle. Canelo Alvarez versus Terence "Bud" Crawford. Some are calling it the biggest fight of the decade. But let's be honest, this one might not be close. Whether it ends in a beatdown or a flat-out stoppage, someone's leaving that ring humiliated. Let's break it all down.
The others say, like, no, that's two more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So,
if you've been anywhere near boxing, YouTube, or Twitter lately, you've probably heard the same opinion. This is going to be easy work for Canelo. And honestly, on paper, it checks out.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's two more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
Canelo's a natural at 168 pounds. That's pure muscle, power, and pressure. He's been in there with guys like Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, and even Sergey Kovalev. These aren't small fighters, they're big, elite-level opponents who belong in that division. Crawford's last fight, at 147, that's a 21-pound difference. That's like dragging a Thanksgiving turkey into the ring. And people think Crawford's just going to dance around and outbox Canelo. Let's not forget Canelo has an iron chin. He ate GGG's best shots for 36 rounds and barely flinched. Unless Bud's swinging a bat, that power won't be enough up here.
Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's going to do to him? Run him out of the ring. You know what's laughable also? Dana White being named the promoter of this fight, considering he's never been in the boxing space. Has no stable of boxers. He didn't negotiate. And is being handed this fight on a silver platter and called promoter. He's the trust fund baby of boxing. That's it. The trust fund baby of boxing. And get this. The fight will take place during the day on September 13th in Las Vegas. During the day. So Canelo will fight during the day on Netflix just to accommodate UFC Noche later that evening on a different network. So does that mean this fight isn't important? Do they not give a about the fans or viewership? Why is it that Canelo has to fight during the day on Mexican Independence Weekend? And UFC with a roster of names I've never heard of is going on prime time. Cinco de Mayo. He's fighting in Riyadh, and now he's fighting during the day on the biggest weekend in boxing. Yeah, Canelo will fight anywhere. Anytime he's told, because he doesn't give a... All he cares is about the money. Doesn't give a... fans.
No doubt, Crawford's a genius in the ring, but he's never fought above 147. He skipped 154 entirely. No warm-up, no test run. He's going straight from welterweight punches to someone who ends fights with body shots. That's wild. A lot of fans think Bud will be too small, too cautious, and too dependent on speed. But that won't help much when you've got a powerhouse in front of you wearing 10-ounce gloves.
Canelo and Bud. Who you like in this fight?
Canelo.
Why? Because Bud had to move up 3 classes?
Yes. And in the history of boxing, I've never seen anybody move up 2 classes and be successful.
Well, Roy did.
I mean, but not in one jump. Not in one leap.
Right, you're right.
It was a here,
right.
Light, heavyweight, fight a few fights,
right.
Okay, heavyweight. We talking about he just fought 147 one fight ago.
Right.
And then you gonna fight at 168?
Yeah. Did he fight his last fight at 54?
Yes, just one fight
right.
though.
And so now he'd go from 54 to 60 to 68.
Right.
And then he doesn't have a rehydration clause, so Canelo might be 180. 185, 190.
190.
Right. Do you think he thinks he can outbox Canelo?
I think he can outbox Canelo too until he get hit.
And let's keep it real. Canelo struggles with slick movers. Guys like Mayweather and Bivol gave him problems. But those guys had the size to frustrate him and the stamina to survive. At 168, Bud has to be perfect. For 12 rounds straight, can he dodge every bullet without getting clipped? That's the billion-dollar question.
Canelo Crawford coming up September. What do you think about that fight?
Canelo Crawford. Good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in higher weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you
of
feel
course, yeah. I like Terence. But I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight, and, you know, but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. But I want Canelo to win. And he can win for sure. But Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him. And I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
Now here's where things start to flip. Because while the casual fans are backing Canelo, a lot of seasoned boxing experts, they're rolling with Bud. And not hesitantly, they're confident.
If Canelo couldn't knock out Charlo, or you really think that he's going to knock out Crawford? I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight. So
live only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Andre Ward, Tim Bradley, Sean Porter, they've all said it. Bud's going to school, Canelo. Let's talk about why. Crawford might be the most complete fighter in boxing today. He can switch stances, has a killer instinct, a high fight IQ, deadly timing, and that stone-cold mindset.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter, and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he wins. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
You don't go undisputed in 2 weight classes by luck. Crawford breaks fighters down like a puzzle. He reads them in real time, figures them out, and finishes strong.
Do you feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
That's the $1 million question. When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, that to me is going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. Yeah. He's not getting rattled at all. No. Berlanga's a big kid. Right. So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard. But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork, which Canelo cannot handle. And we know that for a fact. It happened with Bivol, it happened with Mayweather, who schooled him left and right with no problem. And Canelo was way stronger than Mayweather. So there's
Don't you think Canelo's a better fighter than he was then, today?
A better fight, yeah, a little better, yeah. His footwork is still the same. He's flat-footed, he's very heavy on his feet.
Obviously, Canelo has the power to hurt anyone.
In this game, power means a lot. If you can't keep your guy off you, or you don't know how because it's too much pressure, and the one thing about Crawford is that he knows how to handle the pressure. He's a savvy boxer, you know? And he doesn't run, and he has that heart. He's a dog, he has that heart. You want to fight me? I'm going to fight you.
Bud go pick Canelo. I think he's going to cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
Yeah. You don't think the weight difference is going to be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it simple, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height-wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so, no.
Corey, how you got a decision to stop this? Because Breadman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop it.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone and talked about it, but I think that's possible. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud can crack too. So
I think that Crawford could beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
Canelo versus Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
September 13th. Now, what's interesting is I actually looked up the odds on this. I went on betonline.ag.
Yeah.
Canelo is minus 180. Crawford is 139, which means that Canelo is favored, not massively favored. So it's like the way this works is that you'd have to bet $180 to make $100. Almost 2-1, like 1.8 favored over Crawford, who's 139. So that means if you bet $100 on Crawford, you'll get $139 back.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I'm just kind of learning this now. Do you feel that Canelo's going to win?
No.
Really?
No.
So you would put your money on Crawford?
Yes.
You'd make money. Put that out there. Why do you think Crawford's going to beat him?
Because Crawford could find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing. Canelo has he evolved. I saw how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather, Canelo part 2. That's what I think.
I mean, Canelo is naturally heavier.
Yeah, Crawford ain't gonna knock him out, but I don't know if Canelo's gonna land very solidly on Crawford. Canelo's way better now, but I still think there's an edge. It won't necessarily be exactly like that, but I think he'll edge him out point-wise. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, so he'll win the points. Okay.
Because points. I just think still Canelo needs to be set before he fires. His basics are solid, but Crawford is jazz fusion, I feel. He can do unconventional things where Canelo is conventional. He's perfect conventional, but it's kind of like, it's like Allen Iverson. It's the crossover. It's the thing that you just a little bit different. That just gives you, all you need is that little bit of an edge. And I think Crawford has that.
You could take a guy like Canelo, this guy could do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth about Canelo.
Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
And it's not just what he does, it's how he sees himself. Bud talks like he already knows he's better than Canelo. There's no fear in his voice, no hesitation. He's studied Canelo's style, the slow feet, the steady rhythm, the need to stand and trade. Bud's game plan? Hit, move, frustrate, repeat. Make Canelo swing at nothing, then drown him with volume and angles.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously.
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older.
And
he does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with him?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
And don't forget, Bud's made a habit of beating bigger guys. Jeff Horn was larger. Kell Brook had more power. Sean Porter was tougher. Didn't matter. Bud cracked the code and broke them. He's not just a winner, he's a finisher. If he can make it through the early rounds and start tagging Canelo clean, everything flips. Suddenly, it's Canelo chasing shadows, missing shots, and getting touched by a ghost. And here's the crazy part. This fight probably won't be close. Either way, if Canelo lands early and walks through Bud's shots, it's game over. Bud won't get respect, and Canelo will walk him down. Body shots, uppercuts, pressure, it could look like a mismatch, maybe even a stoppage.
Let me tell you what I think should be going. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
But if Bud's too slick, too fast, and makes Canelo miss all night, we could see a masterclass. Canelo plods forward. Bud picks him off. And remember, Canelo doesn't throw in bunches. If Bud outworks him and moves smart, he'll steal round after round. It won't be a war, it'll be clinical. No split decision drama. Just one guy clearly better than the other. Now Canelo's legacy is locked in. He's fought everyone, GGG, Kovalev, Jacobs, Mayweather, Bivol. Win or lose, he's already a Hall of Famer.
I know Turkey is in your corner,
I promise you.
but look, it's
All
gonna
right.
be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't look different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
If he beats Bud, critics will say it was because of the weight. If he loses, people will say he lost to the pound-for-pound king. Either way, his rep stays solid. The money still rolls in. But for Bud, this is everything. If he pulls it off, he goes from great to legendary. Undisputed at 140, undisputed at 147, then beating Canelo at 168. That's history. But if it goes wrong, if he gets dropped, outmuscled, or exposed, the whole conversation changes. Suddenly, it's he went too far. He should have stayed. At welterweight, this fight could define everything. One mistake, and it all slips away.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight
The business
classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for yeah. And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimo.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power.
and three more divisions, two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Here's the truth. This fight's bigger than belts. Only the WBA and Ring Magazine titles are up for grabs, but fans don't care. This is about legacy, status, bragging rights. It's old school Canelo fans versus the new school Crawford wave. Mexico versus Omaha. Power versus skill. Pressure versus precision.
They have weight divisions for a reason, right or wrong?
Manny Pacquiao, bro.
Okay.
What's your take on Manny?
Pacquiao didn't move up 3 weight divisions at once.
Okay.
Fight a pound for pound fighter.
Okay, so Canelo's got it. How does Canelo get it done?
I don't know, man. It might be the boringest fight ever. It might be the best fight ever. But I will tell you this: it's not a fight I truly care about. Crawford's not really entertaining. So I don't really care about how he fights. But I will tell you like this: he's a tremendous fighter. He's a great fighter, but he's not really entertaining outside the ring. There's nothing that makes me want to be like, I can't wait to see the next Terence Crawford fight.
If Canelo wins, it proves size matters. If Bud wins, it proves skill beats all. And you better believe every boxing podcast, fan page, and comment section will be lit for years. So, the real question is, who's more likely to dominate? Real talk, the safe bet is Canelo. He's comfortable at 168. No weight cuts. He's used to big moments. And physically, he's the stronger, more proven guy. But boxing doesn't follow logic. And Bud, he's made a career out of flipping the script. People doubted him against Spence too. Look how that ended. He's calm, calculated, and cold-blooded. And when he finds his rhythm, it's lights out.